On the off chance that you're searching for AMP cost expectations conjecture for 2023, 2024, 2025, 2030, and need to in a real sense know where the costs of AMP will commonly go from here on out. We will investigate the previous costs of AMP, and we'll figure out what specialists especially are talking about its future cost activities. Kindly, all things considered, remember that you really want to take this forecast and each and every expectation with the aim that this is just the idea of some market master examiners in an especially huge way. Not to all things considered, notice foreseeing something so amazing is totally unthinkable, which for the most part is genuinely huge. In any case, we will attempt our scarcely the most incredible amazingly. How about we by and large beginning AMP past value examination, which especially is genuinely huge. As per the most recent information accumulated, the fundamentally current cost of AMP essentially is $0.004, and AMP is right now positioned number 159 in the whole crypto environment, which is genuinely huge. The course supply of AMP explicitly is 42,227,702,186 with a market cap of $174,867,560. In the beyond 24 hours, the crypto has been in every way that really matters, diminished by 3.58% in its ongoing worth. Assuming we sort of think about the ongoing business sector cap of the AMP with yesterday's, you can fundamentally see that the market cap is likewise down. AMP is confronting a tough time jumping aboard with sort of other crypto coins. The AMP sort of is down to nearly 18.77% in the very most recent 7 days. The coin is as yet showing gambling with outlining fragments for pretty beyond couple of days. The coin could explicitly areas of strength for have at the same time. We don't sort of figure that it would a beneficial resource in every practical sense, present moment. Inside the sort of most recent 1 month, the cost of AMP diminished by 18.161%, taking out an incredible essentially normal amount of $0.00091894 from its ongoing worth. This unexpected down generally implies that the coin in a real sense is in plunge at the present time, implying that it tends to be a decent sort of purchase, a potential open door for fast interest, in a kind of large manner. The 90 days cost change is around 16.45%, and the cost coursed from a base typical cost of $0.003 to most extreme genuinely normal cost of $0.004 in the fundamentally beyond 90 days, or so they thought. In very most recent 4 months, AMP for the most part has shown a developing pattern. In this way, we imagine that comparative pieces of the market really were very famous at that period, which essentially is genuinely critical. As per the in a real sense the most recent information gathered, the exchanging volume of AMP is expanded from 4 months amazingly. The exchanging volume comprises a fundamental job in its cost, most certainly as opposed to mainstream thinking. The coin is up by 13.31%. With the greatest typical cost of the coin basically was around $0.004, and the especially least especially normal value of was around $0.004 in beyond 4 months. We foresee future AMP cost expectations AMP estimate by applying profound sort of man-made consciousness, helped specialized investigation on the past value information of AMP. We give our altogether most extreme authentic information for the AMP coin, which truly incorporate different boundaries like past value, AMP market cap, AMP volume, and hardly any more. On the off chance that you are hoping to put resources into advanced digital currencies and need great profit from your speculations, make a point to generally peruse our expectations. AMP value expectation 2023, according to the conjecture and specialized examination, in 2023. The cost of AMP sort of is supposed to truly reach at a truly least value worth of $0.006. The AMP cost can arrive at a fundamentally most extreme value worth of $0.007, with the typical worth of $0.006 in an unobtrusive manner, which essentially is genuinely critical. AMP value expectation 2024 AMP cost explicitly is conjecture to for the most part arrive at a least conceivable degree of $0.008 in 2024. According to our discoveries, the AMP cost could in every way that really matters arrive at a most extreme all things considered, conceivable degree of $0.010, with the genuinely normal figure cost of $0.008, which is genuinely critical. AMP value figure for 2025, as per our profound specialized examination on kind of past value information of AMP, in 2025, the cost of AMP sort of is anticipated to reach at the very least degree of $0.011 in an especially significant manner. The AMP cost can essentially arrive at a kind of most extreme degree of $0.014, with the typical exchanging cost of $0.012. As opposed to mainstream thinking, AMP value expectation 2026, the cost of 1 AMP is supposed to, in every practical sense, reach at least degree of $0.016 in 2026. Amazingly, the AMP cost can essentially arrive at an exceptionally greatest degree of $0.020, with the for the most part normal cost of $0.016, all through 2026. In opposition to mainstream thinking, AMP value expectation 2027, according to the conjecture cost and specialized examination, in 2027, the cost of AMP in a real sense is anticipated to reach at the very least degree of $0.023, which really is genuinely huge. The AMP cost can arrive at a greatest degree of $0.028, with the typical exchanging cost of $0.023, which is very critical. AMP value expectation 2028 AMP cost for the most part is conjecture to, in a real sense, arrive at a fundamentally the least entirely conceivable degree of $0.034 in 2028. According to our discoveries, the AMP cost could arrive at a most extreme by and large conceivable degree of $0.040, with the typical gauge cost of $0.035, or so they thought. AMP value expectation 2029, as per our profound specialized examination on past value information of AMP, in 2029, the cost of AMP is determined to especially be at around a base worth of $0.050. The AMP value worth can arrive at an essentially limit of $0.059, with the typical exchanging worth of $0.051 in United States dollars, which is very huge. AMP value estimate 2030. The cost of AMP is somewhat anticipated to for the most part reach at the very least degree of $0.071 in 2030, in a kind of large manner. The AMP cost can arrive at a sort of most extreme degree of $0.087, with the kind of typical cost of $0.073 all through 2030. In a sort of enormous manner, AMP value expectation 2031. The cost of AMP for the most part is anticipated to fundamentally reach at least worth of 10 cents in 2031. The AMP cost could arrive at a greatest worth of 12 cents, with the for the most part normal exchanging cost of 11 cents, all through 2031. AMP value expectation 2032. The cost of AMP is in a real sense anticipated to reach at any rate worth of 14 cents in 2032, which is very huge. The AMP cost could arrive at an in every way that really matters, greatest worth of 18 cents, with the